these kinds of scams are a real scourge, not only on vulnerable populations, but on everyone. And they continue, as we've seen and heard, not just this fraud and scam, but many others. So I thank the Chairman for focusing our attention on this one. And I want to join in thanking Western Union for participating and cooperating, as not all such private enterprises do. And I worked on a multi-state agreement, as a matter of fact, with Western Union while I was Attorney General, dealing with warnings to consumers of the risks of fraud-induced wire transfers. And I hope that your fraud prevention efforts have gone beyond what was required under that agreement. I believe that they have. But perhaps you can tell us what you have done proactively, which perhaps can serve as a model for others and help us also possibly frame proactive measures on our part.
Thank you, Senator. Yeah, I'll just kind of touch at a high level, like I said, without any real specifics because some of the details of the program, but the courtesy callback program is a part of this prevention effort, and that's where we have various corridors around the world. In the high-risk areas, I think we actually have over 55 corridors, 60 corridors that we monitor now. And if people are sending wire transfers in those corridors, if it hits certain parameters, that consumer will get a call back from someone from our call center to try to determine if they're a victim of fraud or not. And that particular measure has been extremely successful for us, and we continue to expand that program. And we constantly monitor the amounts. We call it like a zone defense. So we're constantly trying to play with the numbers ourselves, so the fraudsters are not able to determine what those patterns are. Another program that we have is our fraud hotline. We have about 20 fraud hotlines now deployed globally. By the end of the year, we'll have 35 is our goal. And this is our effort to try to give not only the U.S. consumers, but the global consumers an opportunity to report fraud. So as we've all said, and some of the witnesses earlier, we know that it's underreported. And so we're trying to enhance our ability to allow our consumers to report fraud to us, which is going to give us better statistical information and allow us to adjust our program more. We also have what we call real-time risk assessment, which is a rules-based system that's used to automatically block transactions that appear to fit certain patterns, fraud patterns. And this is becoming increasingly useful to us. And as we get better at doing this and tweaking these patterns, this allows us to actually stop the fraud at the point of sale. So as the consumers come up, it literally blocks the transaction, and they're not going to be able to do the transaction. We think that the expansion of that program over the next year or so is really going to help take our program to another level. And yes, Senator, we have, since your agreement, we have continued to enhance our programs and continue to do so.
And that blocking of the transaction is really key, isn't it? Because it's a lot easier to block it than to recover.
Yeah, absolutely. It prevents all the back end work that needs to be done if we just stop it right there at the point of sale. So that's kind of three kind of key areas that we have.
I appreciate that. And what would you say to people